I've been watching Sean Burns since I was 15 years old. I think Anthem 2 might have been the first thing I saw of him. Or maybe it was Metal Dead Bang. That thing on YouTube has almost 1 million views, which is fitting because the writing's just insane. And I feel like Sean Burns is a once in a generation type of writer and personality. And we should be grateful to have him. And to be able to watch him do his thing over these years is a privilege, if you will. So I was super grateful when Sean Burns was down to sit down and have a conversation with me. And as bad as I did at being a interviewer, it's still going to be a good couple of hours for you to kill some time and learn a little bit about our boy Sean Burns. I'm aware it's been a hot minute since I put an episode out, so we'll do some catching up soon. I guess I'll give you guys like an life update or something, but it's been a turbulent year. And last time I put out an episode, I was like, I'll see you next week. But this time, I don't know. I'm going on another trip coming up later this week, but I squeezed in a Sean Burns episode, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I think that you should like and subscribe and share the show with a friend, and just sit back, relax, and enjoy a conversation with Sean Burns. And try not to judge me too harshly, all right? All right, cool. Let's get into it. Here's Sean Burns.
Why is your name Kanode Nose? You don't know shit.
No.
Hi, Sean Burns. Good morning.
What's up, dude?
This is surreal. It's felt surreal a couple of times doing this podcast, but you're somebody I've been watching since I was 15 years old. So this is cool. Thank you for being down.
Hell yeah. Wait, so we've met before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've like seen you at Interbike a handful of times.
Yeah. And then I think you came out to Arizona a few times with Stu. I think I met you through Stu, maybe. I don't know. Do you remember?
Don't think I've ever been in Arizona with Stu.
Get the fuck out of here. Who would be filming you in Arizona then? Because I remember watching you
we've
go.
We've been in Osiris trip, maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
With Fudger and yeah.
Was Kyle Carlson involved with Osiris when you were doing it?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you? What's your sponsorship situation right now? Are you still in touch with Osiris?
Oh God, no. I left Osiris in 2013, I believe. Yeah,
that's a fucking long time ago. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a while. No, I think for a minute there, Chase was just hooking me up with his extra etnies, and then I started riding for Fade, which I technically still do. I mean, but I wear one pair of their shoes and it lasts like 2 years, so I don't really hit them up that much. But yeah, they still hook it up.
Good shoes then. That's interesting to think about. If you were like, you know how Apple will make their iPhone suck after a year and then you have to get another one. It's like you don't want to make shoes that last forever because then where's your
capitalism, any product is like that. Like,
yeah,
I mean, things, 40, 50 years ago were made to last.
Yeah. Cars back then, refrigerators. Get out of here. Yeah, late stage capitalism is the term, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here we are. Fucking A. All right. Well, I watched Mr. Entity yesterday and it made my night. It was really fun to watch. Good job.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you for watching.
It's so impressive that it's filmed, written, edited, directed, starred in, all you. How long from idea to release did Mr. Entity take?
I mean, that's a little bit of a long story, but I can condense it.
Hit me with it.
That started out as originally I was just trying to film a scene where I could shoot some dialogue that I could use for like an acting reel, because that's something I've been wanting to get into. And then one thing led to another, and I just kept adding on to it. And I never actually wrote a story. I kind of just improv some of the scenes and then would be like, oh, this would go good here, and maybe I could put this here. And it was something that was supposed to be no longer than 2 minutes, ended up being 25 minutes. But yeah, from start to finish, it took about 2.5 years. And that was mostly post-production. The editing took forever.
No shit. Yeah. So it was really well done. Like it was almost nostalgic. And what are you using for the editing? Like the graphics and everything? Because it was very campy and it was very nostalgic. Like it it felt nice to watch. I didn't really know what to expect, whether it's like going for true horror or whatever, but it was a comedy. It was fucking awesome.
It
Yeah. So what
actually
did you use
started
to edit?
out, I wanted to film something serious. And then I realized, based on my personality and the people that I had the ability to work with, like actors, that no one in the movie is an actor. It's all just friends and random
Oh
people
yeah.
I know in the neighborhood, you know? So I was like, this has to be campy. So I just went like the comedy route, you
Yeah.
know, for the most part. But yeah, that was really difficult to make. I mean, setting up cameras sometimes in the rain and shit, and I got like umbrellas taped to the camera with like scotch tape, just kind of like I do the tripod here right now. And yeah, and filming yourself acting and then not knowing if that shot's even going to work out. Go home, everything's out of focus, have to go back, redo it. Like that whole thing was a nightmare. It was fun to make, and it was definitely essentially like my acting and film class,
Yeah.
the
And
way
it's on
the
a
way I see it, you know. Because
VX.
yeah, I didn't even have a script written. I just kind of like threw a bunch of ideas together and kind of made something work.
What was the so like when you were just doing it as an acting role? What was the first scenes that you shot? I'm curious.
Uh, Me and the older guy, the older gentleman,
Yeah.
yeah, like we're in a park. Like that was like probably the first thing I shot. And
Okay.
then I right after that I shot a scene in an alleyway where I'm just like tweaking out or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck am I even doing? So I just kind of like wrote around those two scenes a little bit.
Nice. Yeah, it worked out. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really know what to expect, like I said, and I was just like
I mean,
I
yeah,
was I
I
was
was
locked
kind
in.
of going for like a older school, like '90s
Yeah.
cheap, like B horror movie, you know, based on just what equipment I have, because we still shoot Bone Deth videos on a camera that's like 25 years old now, the
Which
VX
one?
2100, you know.
Yeah. Fuck, that's the bane of my existence, dude. I hate that camera.
I love it. I mean, I have no complaints really. Just the only complaints I have is that, you know, it could be crispier.
Yeah, I love the look and I love everything about it except using it and then the importing footage. Like I have to get 3 different cables that a dongle to another dongle to a cable to a camera, and then
Yeah.
there was a good year and a half, 2 years of if I wanted to capture footage, it was so touchy. Like if a cable moved a little bit, it would lose connection. Where I wanted to, I lost my mind. It was a stressful thing. I can't. I don't think I've ever shot anything besides BMX on it. That's a interesting, cool choice to make something new with a VX nowadays, especially not BMX or skateboarding. You know?
Yeah, I mean, footage in a way kind of looks better if it's not action, you know, because action sometimes the frame rate is,
Yeah.
you kind of notice it quite a bit if it's not, the settings aren't correct. But I mean, I you just mentioned using a doggle and everything to upload footage.
Yeah.
My computer is from 2009, so it's still just one
Oh,
cable in.
nice, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And yeah, I get paranoid because if once I get a new computer, finally, I'm gonna have to go through all that bullshit of
Yeah, that's
uploading.
over.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
so jealous, dude. That's amazing.
Well, yeah, not just part of the reason it took me 2.5 years to edit this is because my computer crashes out so much. It's so fucking, it's so old, you know? Yeah, it's 16 years old now. I re-edited Surfing for the Ugly Broads, the first Bone Deth DVD on that computer when I got
Wild.
it in 2009. Yeah.
Sheesh. I remember it feels like yesterday and also a whole lifetime ago at the same time.
It
The
does, yeah. 2009 was a very significant year for me, just memory wise and everything. Like just riding, like just I
Interesting.
rode and traveled so much that year, and yeah, it feels, it's starting to feel like a long time ago as time goes on, but it still doesn't feel 16 years.
Yeah. It's a trip. I'm like, oh, I started writing in when 2006, and you started writing in like the 90s. I don't think we need to.
93.
Damn, 93 till infinity. Let's go. I One thought I had, right, dude, I'm fucking rusty. I don't know how to podcast anymore. But I was watching a video with you. I think it was an Eclat Natives series, and it was like 8 years ago. And you said, I think I got 5 years left in me. And here we are. You're still out here doing it, which is Really cool.
Well, you know what? I did say 5 years. I was probably 29 when that video was filmed, and I think I'd gotten 7 years before I broke my back after
Mm,
that. Because I
yeah,
mean, it's been 5 years since I broke my spine, and yeah, I still got some things, but I can't necessarily ride the way I did before.
of course.
Um, like even drops, the impact is a little rough. So it kind of freaks me out too. You
Yeah,
know,
the mental part of
like
that alone is crazy.
yeah, I mean, I always had a fear of heights, which might seem weird to some people, but it's definitely increased now. I get vertigo real bad and like kind of start sweating when I'm like, because I still go and check out buildings and film on roofs of all like the Bone Deth riders and everything. So sometimes it gets a little nervous climbing them, but it's not too bad.
Yeah,
Not totally traumatized.
that's good. Like PTSD type of thing where you can't even look at a roof anymore. That would suck. Um,
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I just have done that for so long that you'd only get PTSD from something like that if it happened initially when you first start doing it, you
right.
know?
Yep. You got too used to roofs. So
I
I
did
you
well, yeah, that's what happened, man. I got too comfortable.
yeah. You talked about that on Unclicked, and so if you guys want more details
Yeah,
on
yeah, we
the
don't.
the back injury, go
Yeah.
there. But I'm
For sure.
curious about like what your day to day looks like right now. Like you said, you're working today. What does a day look like for you normal, and then what does a day look like for like BMX shit?
Well, the BMX shit's usually intertwined. So, I mean, I wake up pretty early and pretty much go to work right away. I'm an animal caretaker, so I walk dogs, I take care of people's cats, and
Sick.
um, that's like my main source of income. And then I'm a personal assistant for a Harvard professor named Hart Wiener.
Get the fuck out of
And,
here.
and yeah, that is a real name. She's this little old lady that well, she used to be a Harvard professor, and now she does like a book editing company. And I run errands for her and help her with computer stuff. And
How do you get that job? That's wild. That's a cool job.
from walking her dog, I started out walking her dog, and she became a client, and then she started realizing she needed all this help because she's in her 70s, so she's pretty up there as far as her memory starting to go, but she's still running this company, so she needs help with it.
Huh.
But yeah, and then occasionally do production work with Lee Hopkins and a few other like random companies, but it's been pretty slow this year. But back to what you said, a typical day, I wake up, I walk dogs, I come home and eat for like a little bit and like chill for like an hour, and then I go right back out. In between, sometimes I have like an hour or two to go for a cruise riding, and then it's back to walking more dogs or whatever else I have going on. And I come home, I do bone death work at night, and then it's repeat the next day, pretty much.
Dude, that's
It's
a
it's only
amazing life.
it's Yeah, but I mean, I'm barely getting by. Like, I live in the most expensive city on the East Coast, Boston.
Boston. Yeah.
Yeah, I think next to San Francisco in LA, it's the most expensive place to live. So it's a
Huh.
little tough, but
Yeah. Uh can I ask, is it inappropriate to ask like what you're paying for rent?
I pay
What's the most expensive?
2,100, and that's without like I pay utilities and everything on top of that. But yeah, it's 2,100 for a one bedroom.
Yeah, that's pretty pricey. I got a two-bedroom in Phoenix for 1,500, so it's
Yeah.
a
Oh
a
yeah,
little
and
bit.
that's the cheapest you can find here, pretty
Damn.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Uh
Like I live in an area where, just in the past 2 weeks, there's been at least 4 or 5 different shootings and gunshots 10
damn.
feet from my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been
It's,
there?
well, I've been back in Boston for 5 years now after
In this
living in
spot?
Austin. At
Yeah.
this spot now, I've only been in this spot since January.
It's a sketchy spot, eh?
A little bit. I mean, I live in an awesome building. It's all nice people, but there's some projects just a block away, not even a block away, across the street, and yeah, I mean it's pretty intense sometimes.
Life in the big city, man. You know? What's your favorite place you've ever lived? Yeah, I mean, what is the journey for you? It was Boston. You grew up in the suburbs of Boston, and then for when you first moved away, where did you move to?
I mean that's hard to say. I lived in Philly for like a summer, if that counts, and originally I had wanted to move there, and I kind of got burnt out pretty quick. Um, First place I really moved to outside of Boston is probably Seattle, and that's actually my favorite place I've ever lived. But that was a totally different city 15 years ago.
How so?
Oh, I don't know. It was a lot more, I guess you could say, alternative and like rock and roll, and
Hesh.
there's just more culture for what I'm aligned with as opposed to now. You know, since Amazon took over and it's completely, totally gentrified. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, when I lived in Seattle, it was like, maybe $800 for a one bedroom. Now it's probably about the same as Boston.
Fucking A. Damn, it's crazy to think about that. Like just the prices. I remember paying like $300 for rent in 2008. Like,
Yeah. I mean, even
just
when I
keeps
was living
going
in
up.
Austin, I had to live in like a 4 bedroom house and we were all paying $300 each.
It's a beautiful life back
Yeah.
then, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's changed a lot for sure.
Yeah. Let's go chronological, Sean. I know that you rode trails and then got on metal when you were like 16 or 17. I think can we start? Tell me the story of your career in BMX, maybe at getting on metal.
Yeah. Yeah, I got on metal when I was 17. That kind of happened through Seth Holton. He was working for metal, like kind of almost since the beginning a little bit. But yeah, he had seen a bunch of footage that I was filming with Matt Busby for Off the Map. And then we ended up, cruising together and shit. And yeah, it just took off from there, I guess.
Hell yeah. Organic as
And
hell, that's the best way
yeah,
to
yeah,
have it
yeah.
happen. What was it like back then, like getting on metal? What, like,
Oh, I mean,
did it meet your expectations of like, I assume you wanted to be sponsored and like, you know what I mean? Like, what was your attitude back then?
yeah, I mean, to a degree, for sure. I mean, I had no expectations.
Nice.
Like just the fact that I got to meet Jimmy and ride with those guys and stuff and hang out with them was. But when I first met them, actually the first time I met Jimmy was at Five Hip Ditch, and he came rolling up with Sandy Carson, and like they were like, when you're a kid, they look like celebrities, like they
Yeah.
look like they almost have bobbleheads, or
Yeah.
like those old like '90s like sports shirts where like the player has a small body and a big head. Like I
Yep.
just saw them with these massive heads. It's like,
Larger
holy
than
shit.
life.
Yeah, they are. They
Yeah.
are.
Yep.
Still are for sure.
For real.
Yeah, no, getting on metal was a dream come true because yeah, Jimmy was my favorite rider in high school. So yeah, it organically worked out, like you said, just kind of meshed with them like right off the bat.
Yeah, you fit in pretty well. What year is this? And then what happens when one gets sponsored in that year? You get,
That was in 2001, so I think it was like the first month into my senior year in high school. I actually remember the day I got the frame in the mail was on 9/11.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
9/11, and I remember putting it together right away and taking it to Skater Island, and it was a trip.
Fuck yeah. It's crazy. High school age is my experience with getting sponsored was right after high school. And I was like, fuck, I wish this happened like right at least while I'm still in school. And I could tell my friends like I got sponsored,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it wasn't really a big deal back then. I feel like BMX was maybe like, I don't know, smaller,
A little
maybe
bit
where
more
I was
niche.
from,
Yeah.
like it was kind of just like the first time I ever had anything in a magazine, I was like excited and showed all my friends, and they're like, "Oh, you're in a magazine? Oh, weird." It just wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, then as time went on and I started getting magazine covers, then it was just like, whoa, shit, this is cool.
That is cool as fuck, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy. What was your first picture in a magazine?
It was a metal ad.
Cool.
Bob Sherbo shot the photo. It was yeah, a grind on a bank to wall at the volcanoes at Boston City Hospital.
Sick. That's a little memory piece. Fucking Bob
Yeah, for
Sherbo
sure.
shot my first photo in a magazine. That's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but I met Bob when I was 16. And he was actually like the first dude I saw that like really changed my riding quite a bit, you know, like
interesting. How so?
well, I remember randomly just we ran into him riding street in Philly. I was there like during like February break in high school because I had a friend that had a sister that lived there and such. And man, he was just so fucking cool. Like just we ran into him, he was down to cruise and shit, and just I don't know. I've never seen anyone like do like half cab stuff on street or like in person. And back then I'd never seen anyone like do like a peg chunk on a curb, you know?
Yeah.
Um yeah, I don't know. It was just eye opening. Same with Ryan Worcester. The first time I ever rode with that guy was like riding with an alien. You know,
Huh.
like he like mixed flatland in with street and stuff. And
How do you spell Worcester? Sorry for my ignorance. I don't know.
no, it's
Ryan Worcester.
WORCESTER,
WORC.
like Worcester.
Yeah. Video Vault, Ryan Worcester.
Are you familiar with Ryan Worcester?
No, I'm not. That's what
No.
I gotta educate
He's
myself.
like a Dig magazine legend. Like there was a moment there where like almost every Dig cover was shot by Ryan, and his articles were just filled with like really rad transitional stuff. And yeah,
Sick.
this is actually one of my favorite video parts that you're playing right now.
Hell
It's
yeah.
not the best video part in the world. It's just, you know, one of my best friends growing up that I looked up to that changed my riding. And
Hell yeah. Yeah, when I was watching older stuff of you yesterday, I watched your Transcend part, and I was like, "Holy shit, I love it." There's a very weird, so weird, the music, the editing, and I had never even heard of it.
oh yeah,
Yes, let's
I hated
go.
that when it came out because Steve Machuga made that video with Ty Stuyvesant, and yeah, Worcester was like, "Oh, you should send some footage." I didn't know I was going to have a part. I thought they would just use some clips, so like I didn't get to pick the song or anything. And
Yeah,
I think there was some clips on the tape that were also in off the map too. So there was like a clip or two that was double dipped.
dude, that clip was awesome. Yeah, I'm a fan of Mr. Worcester. Worcester.
Yeah,
Worcester.
and a lot of
Worcester.
this footage here is probably filmed in like 2003.
That's that's pretty fucking sick, dude. All right,
Yeah,
cool. Thank you for showing me. Look at
yeah,
that. Let's go.
he's got video parts in the off the map videos too that are pretty rad.
Sick.
Probably like maybe some bigger things in there, but
Yeah, but just a little taste. That's great.
he was. I feel like Worcester was. Do you remember Sean Fish Hoskins?
Yes.
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 So like Worcester, I feel like he like introduced Fish to the world. You know, like he shot so many photos of him that ended up in Dig and everything. That
Hell yeah. Do
but
you stay in
Fish was
touch?
like a legend to us in the Northeast. Like just this flatland street rider guy that was crazy.
Pioneer. What stuck out about Fish? Like I know that he's a big influence on that generation, but I'm curious why you think.
I think he just embodied that kind of like Dirt Brothers style, like where it's your style's almost like got like a trail feel to it a little bit, but it's weird. I don't know. It's
Weird
really
is
hard to
good.
explain. Yeah, like
Yeah.
acid riding kind of.
Hell
Not
yeah.
LSD riders,
Yeah.
but you know.
LSD writers, dude. Who told me about that? For those who don't know, will you briefly explain what LSD writers is?
Honestly, I'm probably not the best person to ask about. I've only seen it once, but I know the dude that made it. Did he get deported or something for
No clue,
doing
dude. I
too many
remember it.
weird,
Yeah.
like did too many weird things that weren't necessarily crimes, but weird, and he got deported? I don't know.
the
uh,
legend, the legend grows of the
LSD
LSD
riders, no,
writers.
they would just like drop swords on their feet and shit, and then
Just
like crazy riding clips with like crashing into car windows and breaking glass, and
just
just a
exactly
wild
what it
scene.
sounds like. Yeah, the weirdest BMX video that you've ever seen. I think people should probably look up LSD writers.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we? We're sponsored by Metal in high school. We got our picture in a magazine. It's 2001. Uh, what comes next?
Um, what comes next? I don't know. I mean, I was filming a lot more with Matt Busby, and then we started riding a little bit more with Wiz, and occasionally go ride with Van Homan and stuff, and that kind of just led to me like making more friends, I guess, in the industry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where it would go from there. I mean, I think once my Off the Map part came out, I got hooked up by Audio Shoes through Jerry Bagley,
Sick.
and which was weird because I never knew Jerry, but I think all of a sudden, because there was this like kid from Boston making a name or whatever, he got really stoked on me.
Hell
And
yeah.
he was actually really, 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 really good to me. He got a lot of good hookups for me and everything. So,
He's
although he did film over a banger that I filmed,
uh-oh.
I think with his wife giving birth, he taped over the clip with it or something.
Damn. Fuck. I mean, of all the things to accidentally do that to, or unless it was intentional, I would say like that's a pretty important moment because you don't want it to be like filming I don't know, just a random home video, but giving birth is
Yeah,
important.
well, I think I didn't care. I think there was still like a fisheye clip of the
Nice.
spot or whatever, so it wasn't a huge deal.
Have you ever done that? Because you've been out filming people for a long time. Have you ever fucked up?
Like fucked up their clips. I think
Yeah.
I've only ever just maybe fucked up the filming in the sense of like I made it didn't make it look good, you know.
Nice, but you always
But
captured
I
it.
try to film pretty simple, like fairly stationary, like
Less is
because a
more.
lot of the stuff I film of other people is usually like dead man style riding, so it's bigger things. So you don't really need a fisheye or
Yeah.
you don't need any artistic type filming.
Yeah. You're just like get the whole building in the
Get
thing,
everything in
and then it
there.
works.
Yeah, that's all you
Yeah,
need for
for
sure.
real. So you've never done the infamous anti-film, dude. I hit record and then after
Oh,
the
the
clip's
double
over,
record.
hit record and then
Yeah.
realized I had to tell Jono, I'm like, sorry, dude, I fucking fully missed it. I was like, God damn. That's a
I've
terrible feeling,
never
but you've
had
never had
that.
that.
I've had that done to me like a handful of times. But you know what I've noticed? I've only ever had that happen or seen it happen with like HD cameras.
Huh.
And one of the reasons I probably haven't like gone to HD and got an HD camera myself is that I've had so many clips I've filmed, some that took hours to pull. They go home and put like the floppy disk or whatever the SD card or something in the computer and it gets erased, or just this I accidentally deleted it, or like I've even filmed stuff with random filmers, and then months or even a year goes by and I'm like, hey, can I get that clip from you? And they're like, oh, I'll have to dig it up. What date was it? And I
Fuck.
remember dates like Rain Man in my head. Like I can tell you everything I did on any date,
Wow.
like going back like at least 15 years. Um, so yeah, I would even tell them the exact date, and they're like, "Ah, I must have deleted it or put it in the trash can." So like, yeah, tapes. That's why I love SD footage.
Tangible
Analog.
media.
Like, if the tape is still there, and even glitches, I've learned how to fix glitches and like put together like messed up tapes and everything.
Yeah.
Like that you can do, but once a clip is deleted, this shit's gone forever.
Just poof, gone. I
Yeah.
agree. I think I was listening to you and Shad talk, and you guys were talking about how like if Instagram goes away, like nobody's gonna know who did what and whatever. Like it's
Yeah.
the digital shit. There's something to tangible media, which is pretty special. Like I'm grateful that I kept I got 2 big old boxes full of mini DV tapes that someday, if I wanted, I could go relive all those memories, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
definitely. I mean,
What
do you
about
think
you?
everyone backs up all of their Instagram clips to a hard drive?
I
I know I
fucking
don't.
doubt it. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, let's say 50 years from now, no one's going to give a fuck about what
Yeah,
you did on Instagram in 2015,
yeah,
Like, just shit moves on,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Nobody is gonna give a fuck.
No.
I've thought about like going through because my my Instagram goes all the way back to when Instagram started, and I thought it would be cool to go and print it out and make a book of at least all the photos from my
Yeah.
Instagram over the years, and then it's a tangible media.
Yeah, I print photos occasionally that are like on my phone roll, like maybe like every couple years.
Yeah. Um. So how did like I'm curious the fuck. There's so many ways, so many places to go. I want to know. All right, so just selfishly, I'd like to know why you think your writing. Why mentally, I'm always impressed with people that have the button or the switch that they can just say, "All right, I'm doing this now," and then fucking do it. And I'm curious about your take on that. Like, why did you want to do crazy shit, and why do you think you were able to mentally?
There's a big answer for that. I think it's because my brother and his friends basically tortured me as a child. Like they would build zip lines and I'd be the test dummy for it. And
Damn.
it would be like 20-pound fishing line they're using with a pair of handlebars going from like tree to tree that's like 20 feet off the ground. Yeah, I think just since I was a kid, and I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so like we were still doing, rough child type stuff,
Yeah.
Uh that definitely, my brother was who got me into riding, and they would build kicker ramps and stuff, and I was the test dummy. And then I think my brother kind of stopped riding when I got better than him. But also he got into like cars and drinking, and
The
I
natural
was just never
progression.
into that shit, so I just kept riding.
Yeah, and uh okay, carry on. So that's kind of the maybe no fear part of it.
Oh yeah, so yeah, and then you said like a switch or a button. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily relate to that, but there have definitely been moments where it's always when I have a short run up. Usually, those are the worst. Like you're on a building and like there's drops on each side, but you only have a half crank to get off it onto like a rail or a ledge or something. Usually, when I've been in situations like that, I kind of like sometimes in a way, like almost let Mr. Entity take over. Or like
Yeah.
some type of like force just is like you're going,
Yeah.
and then it just works out. It's just almost like you just regain the confidence you had to even get up there and look at it.
Yeah. It's a
Well, confidence too, like a lot of times I learned as I got older was, if you're that scared of something, why are you doing it? Because at that point it's not fun. Like it's definitely fun to scare the shit out of yourself, but when you're at the point where like you're sweating bullets,
yeah.
like, why? What are you here for? Like you're supposed to be having fun.
True.
So yeah, I as I got older, I start passing down a lot of setups that I was just like, I'm just gonna get hurt on this. This is stupid.
Hell yeah. Maturing. It's almost like when you're younger, it's just like fucking I want to do it, just
Oh
crazy.
yeah, dude, completely. I mean, some people that doesn't leave them. Like to
Yeah.
use Colt Fake for instance, still has
Yes.
that. Like I don't know what it is about his brain, but like he never sweats shit. He just fires it out. Like
Yeah.
he's just casually riding. That's how he rides.
He's something special, that's for sure. Oh
Yeah.
man. Um yeah, and you grow up, you mature, and you like be a lot more calculated on what risk reward.
Yeah.
I remember not thinking about crashing when you're younger, and then as I'm getting older, I think almost immediately I'm just like, here's all the bad things that could happen. I'm like, well, I'm fucked now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you can't think negatively when you're in the zone.
Well, the saying is wrong that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you more paranoid.
Huh?
Like because then you like if you don't, nothing hasn't happened to you yet, you're not going to have that fear of how it feels and everything. Because then
Yeah.
the more it happens, you're like, oh no, I'm not doing that shit.
uh, was there ever a moment like that for you prior to the back injury, like early days? Did you ever have any doubts? Was there Fuck, I don't think you did. I
Like
think you
doubts about what?
doubts about doing the crazy shit that you became known for, Like Sean Burns is synonymous with just like dead man shit. Uh and I guess I'm wondering if there was ever a moment of like, do I fucking want to be this guy? Do I want to keep doing
I
the dead
mean,
man
no,
shit?
I guess no, because for, uh, for the most part, I would only ever film riding clips of stuff that I would want to see someone else do. You know, like there's a lot of shit I would do. Like I've been able to do bar spins since I was 13 years old, but people didn't know about it until I started putting them in video parts. Um, yeah, I never was interested in bar spins in like the earlier stages of my career because
Yeah.
everyone was doing them. You know, like I wanted to do longer kick out toothpick grinds because fuck, Jimmy was the only one doing them. I'm like, this trick looks so good. Why does no one else do it? You know, like I would just kind of be focused on the stuff that I didn't see a lot of other people doing. Even going to flat, for instance, back in 2002, like around when I turned 18, man, I love jumping off big shit because I
Yeah.
grew up watching people huck off roofs in the 90s, you know? And then I'd go to skate parks and jump everything to flat, and everyone would laugh. They'd be like, haha, flat funny. That's flat funny. And I was like, why does everyone think it's funny? You know, I'd like three the box backwards to flat, and people would laugh. And then and I'm like, what? People think this shit's funny, but like it's still hard to do, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and then it wasn't until like I feel like the mid 2000s that jumping bigger stuff started to catch on. Uh,
Who
but
else was?
nowadays everyone does big drops. You
Yeah.
know, like everyone's going to flat. Like people, I remember Biz was like, "Man, I can't believe you jumped the Prudential set," which was I just jumped the stair set straight, and it was like maybe I think it's an 18 stair that's
Hmm.
downtown Boston. And to me, I was like, "That's nothing," you know. You just hop it, you land. But
Just
like
taking a drop.
yeah, and so that was kind of like a big deal, I guess, in the early 2000s was actually landing to flat and pulling it. Because in the 90s, everyone was just blowing up besides Jimmy and maybe a few others like Gons and stuff.
Damn, shout out Gons. What an
Oh yeah,
era.
hell yeah.
I wish I could like take a time machine and go like be go exist back then and hang out with you guys and watch that magical era.
It definitely was. I mean, I feel like even back then, like you know, obviously there's no cell phone, so you can't film shit all the time. But man, barely anybody had cameras back then, so we were just. I remember seeing like Road Fools One and you know, nowhere fast, and then just going out and trying overgrinds on, you know, 15, 20 stair rails with no camera.
That's
Like,
so
and
crazy.
that's just how it was, you know, like
Yeah, that's
nowadays
pure
it's like shit, man, I could have had so many video parts if I had a camera back in the day.
for real. Nowadays, it's like you don't do anything without setting up the camera or
Yeah.
your phone. That's and I'm guilty of that. It's not something to be guilty of, but I enjoy. They went hand in hand for me. Like bikes, cameras. Was it the case for you? What was your first foray into making videos?
The first video I ever made was with Ferbert, the ex-co-owner of Bone Deth, was surfing for the Ugly Broads first Bone Deth DVD.
Nice.
Um, so yeah, that was in 2009. Um, I never owned a video camera before that, or a computer or anything, so that was all new to me right
And that
off
was
the
on
bat.
the 2100.
Actually, I lie. I did make a video in high school in 2000 when I was 16, but it was man, I had probably 30 or 40 tapes, and I would go through them and mark where the good clips were and the times of them, and then write down a description of the clip, and then I would pick a song and then match in my mind like how would this clip go good here, and I would write that down on the computer, and then I would take two VCRs, transfer the footage over that, like hit record pause, and then hook up a PlayStation and dub it over with music.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a VHS tape I made in high school called Bengals, and like yeah, it was like an hour long BMX video of me and my friends, and that was
Damn.
the first one I made. But yeah, I didn't.
Does that exist anywhere? You still got it?
Not online. I have it here on a VHS tape. Yeah,
Hell yeah. Fucking get that over to Shed. We need it online.
I should. Yeah. There's some
Dude,
weird
listening
shit
to
in
Shed. I
there.
love
I mean,
Shed, by
there's
the way.
like me like pretending to hump a donkey in it and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe some of that footage shouldn't go online.
Statute of limitations, bro. You're fine. Oh shit. All right, so surfing for the Ugly Broads is a hell of a undertaking for a first project. That's incredible. What was that like? What was the impetus for this? I guess people might.
Um,
Does it go hand in hand with Bone Death? What's Bone Death's date of birth?
let's see. That's like another hard thing to say. Bone Death, like I think many people know was a dude, a BMX rider, uh, from Walpole, Massachusetts, and he was just like a hooker, always eating shit, and we would joke around with everyone, and every time we started eating shit a lot, we would call it a Bone Deth stage. And then Darren Ober and myself just started making T-shirts, and then Ferbert started making them too. Yeah, that's just kind of how it started. And that was probably around 2001,
Okay.
I want to say.
Yeah.
And then in 2006, we decided to like do an event, which we did the Dead Man Challenge under the bridge at FDR. And then yeah, we started making T-shirts after that. Actually, the first ever Bone Deth team consisted of like Gons, Josh Stricker, Wiz, me, Ferbert, Gary Jones, Bill Jones, Chris Crawford, and yeah, I think that was it. But
Squad. So
yeah,
what came?
it
The
slowly
events
changed
came
over
first.
time. But
Events came before products.
yeah,
Hell yeah! Is this the?
that's the New Bedford one. That was the Road Rash Challenge.
So you talked about this on other podcasts where you guys would build shit within 3 days because there's no permission here.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
that
We would
apply here?
mostly we would build at night, early mornings, and it's just build as much weird shit as we could in 2 to 3 days.
It's crazy how legendary this shit is. Like for most, I think every BMX rider got this video or like saw the props videos, and then when something like this came out, and it's just like, holy shit, this is BMX as hell. I remember, I could never really relate to this scene, but I always thought it was cool as fuck.
That's the dude right there, Bob Jones, Bone Deth.
Hell yeah, hi Bob
Um,
Jones.
yeah, I mean, the only reason we did the Bone Deth events was because they decided to stop doing the FBM Ghetto Comp after that dude ripped his face off.
I didn't know that. What's
Yeah,
that
I
story?
think they did three of them. They did 3 years in a row. They did them in Binghamton, and at the third one, I think it was in 2004.
Do I want to look this
Yeah,
up?
this dude fell on top of like a burning barrel that was old rusty metal, and it literally like tore his face off.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was heavy. So I think after that, Crandall was like, "All right, these events don't need to happen anymore." And Ferbert and I and a few others were just like, "We gotta keep this going. This shit's amazing."
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved
Hell
it.
yeah. Do any memories stick out from the early Bone Death events for you personally?
I mean, they're kind of a blur in memory for me because we'd, basically be up for 3 days straight, not sleeping, sleeping somewhere dirty or, in the car. So yeah,
Roughing it.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they're in the past, whatever. Like, there's
Yeah.
not that much to them. We did them illegally. Cops always shut them down. There was always like fights at them, and we never like initiated that we wanted dead animals there. People just brought
Yeah.
them for some reason.
It's pretty on brand. uh, so I'm curious about the first products from Bone Death. What
Yeah.
was the original? I mean, obviously t-shirts, but like bike stuff.
Oh, parts wise, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, after I had left Metal Bikes around the same month that the Bone Death DVD came out, and we distributed the Bone Death DVD through Sparky's, and Sparky's came to us and said, "Hey, would you guys like to make bike parts?" And having a bike company was never a goal of mine or a dream, or even running a business in general. But we kind of couldn't say no. I mean, someone comes to you, you just put out a video and like, hey, do you want to be able to give your friends free bikes that you can design? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course. But yeah, that's how it started, and we started off with just frames and bars and pegs, I think.
That's cool. And then since it's through Ronnie, and so he's handling the like what does that actually look like? Like he says, all right, you guys want to make bike parts, and then what's the next step? Like, we
I
should do a
mean,
frame.
it's
Okay.
basically I just if we have a new idea, I see if Sparky's is into it and they want to distribute it. or manufacture and distribute it. I would say 90% of our ideas go through and get done. Some of them get turned down sometimes. Like there was a rider on the team that wanted a pedal with 32 pins on each side, or no, 18 pins on each side. That was never going to work. But
How many pins are on a normal one?
like 10 on each side at
So
most, maybe.
just a bunch of pins. That would almost like defeat the purpose of having the pins, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we had some wacky ideas. I mean, even this day and age, making 48s was considered like almost radical, But
Yeah.
like, we would sell out of them, and just people would ride them and then use them for 5 or 6 years. So we didn't have an audience to keep buying more 48s. So
Yeah.
stopped making them.
Huh. Yeah. Once you sell it, I could see that.
I know we did want to make our best selling product, the vibrator seat. We wanted to make it actually vibrate. And
Yeah.
I like devised plans to actually insert a vibrator inside there, everything. But yeah, they were never gonna manufacture that.
That's
For
a
us.
great idea. Start selling it at
I know. I
adult
mean,
shops.
people ask me, they're like, "Does this actually vibrate?" And then sometimes they're disappointed.
Yeah. Well, I wanted my ass to be jiggling.
I mean, to be fair, it's pretty much only been women that have asked. I haven't had any guys that actually want the vibrator.
Yeah. Like I remember my memories of like when I'm 18, 19, and it's 2009, and my memories of Bone Deth and Alex Live and you, and is that around? Yeah, that's the right time of
Yeah,
time
yeah.
frame. The skits always stuck out. Can you walk me through like Surfing for the Ugly Broads, dude? That's the one where you're with the two green girls and you're a zombie and it's
Oh
all
yeah,
high
you're talking
pitched.
about the monster intros.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
tell me about how those come to be and how much goes into the makeup and who are the girls, and walk me through a production of that
Yeah.
shit.
I mean that specific what you're talking about, like the monster intros we did for surfing. We just wanted to make a BMX video that was similar to the stuff we grew up to watching in the '90s, like Eddie Roman's Aggro Man, and Matt Hoffman Until Monkeys Fly, or we loved that shit, and how props used to have commercials with skits and everything, and that
Yeah,
really died in the early 2000s. Like
it really
everyone
did.
stopped doing, like there was no more characters.
Yep.
So yeah, we wanted to carry on doing that type of shit, and we were listening to a lot of like '60s garage music, which a lot of the artwork has like monster old, like Boris Karloff type monster shit in it. And we were just like, yeah, let's do something interesting for the intros. And makeup wise, I mean, I think we were pretty much virgins to that before that. So we didn't know what we were doing so much. In
I'd say
that
you did a
video,
pretty damn good job. Like your zombie outfit in particular, or your zombie makeup I was like, damn, that's a
well,
full.
that was Albie, and Ferber did most of the makeup for that. I did some of it, but I didn't start getting into doing the latex stuff until a little later on.
The latex stuff.
Yeah, like liquid latex, like molding your face and
Okay, yeah.
changing it.
That seems like a whole career path in itself. The makeup world is like a
If you're good at it, I mean, there's a
yeah,
lot of people that do it. So, I mean, yeah, I
it's a
don't know.
skill.
Yeah, I mean, no, you can get work doing it for sure. It's expensive,
Yeah,
the materials and everything. Yeah.
I believe
But
it. Huh, Surfing for the Ugly Broads is so good.
yeah, that video title came about too, 'cause just like a random picture I drew of like a weird worm lady with like feet connected to a surfboard, and we were trying to come up with a name for a video would be. And I just like kind of came out. We were just looking at the picture, how fucking ridiculous it looks, and we're like, surfing for the Ugly Broads. That's it.
Does it mean literally? What does it mean to you? What does Surfing for the Ugly Broads mean to you?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it means nothing. Like literally what I just said. It was just a picture of like a ugly worm woman that I drew that had like feet, a surfboard for feet.
Yeah. It's interesting because I think of it like it literally as in like you go out to the bars and you're surfing for the ugly broads. You're looking to find
Yeah,
a
you can interpret it that way, you know.
it's it's art. You can interpret it how you want.
Yeah.
That's not it, but
Well, that was one issue we had too. Like the Bone Death videos have always been very John Waters inspired. I'm not sure if you're familiar with John
What's
Waters
this?
films,
Yeah.
like Pink Flamingos, Polyester. You probably know the more like Hollywood studio done movies like Crybaby or Hairspray.
Look at these. We got a dirty shame.
But yeah,
Serial.
so if you looked
Yeah.
up Divine, Divine was a character from like the 70s and 80s that um yeah, our videos have always been inspired by this type of art. It's like trash film.
Cool.
But so surfing for the ugly broads, you know, we had like big women, hot women, ugly women. Like we love it all, you know?
Yeah.
Like and a lot of people complained. They're like, "There's so many ugly chicks in the video," and we're like, "It's called surfing for the ugly broads."
Yeah.
You know, what did you expect?
It is
But
what it
even
is.
so, like, what, like some of the guys on our team are pretty ugly. Like, you gotta like, what? Fuck it, you know.
Yeah. You get what you get. Uh I so in that era, it feels like this is kind of in that same time period. I wanted to know if you I wanted to hear a couple of stories from you from the boneyard. I heard you briefly mentioned it on other ones where it's like sometimes you wake up and there's an orgy happening in the hallway, and I was like, that sounds about right for a crazy BMX house with these guys in it. Do you, when I bring up the boneyard, which is a house where you guys lived, right?
Yeah.
Any stories that you could share?
Um. I
I can see
mean,
the reluctance in your
I'm
face.
well. I'm thinking of worthy ones because
Okay.
yeah, there's a lot of weird sex acts that happen there, but at that specific house, nothing out of the ordinary. I think it was just maybe funny and shocking for like we had so many teams that would come through and stay with us, like Kink, you know, even FBM, they would be like laughing at the shit going on at our place. Um, but
Where
yeah,
was
I
it?
mean during that era, I could think of some wild shit that happened, but maybe not at the Boneyard.
Okay. Where was the boneyard first?
It was in Alston, which is like a little village of Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, cool. And then, well, yeah, what story comes into your mind that's in that era, but maybe not at that house?
But think of a good one. I mean, so we did a Killed by Bone Death tour. I think that was 2012 or 2013, and we wanted to do the whole video Police Academy themed. Are you familiar with the Police Academy
Yeah,
movies?
yeah.
Yeah. So Police Academy 2 with Bobcat Goldthwait, who's just like a ridiculous, wild character, like a lot of us are. And so we all wore cop hats almost the whole trip, and we stayed at this really ridiculous, wild hotel that was called the India Palace. That literally looked like a Hindu, like India Palace, you know, with like gold tops and everything. And we came back one night, and the door was locked from the other side. Like, you know, the hotel, I forget the name of it, a thing that
The
locks it, so it keeps it
Yeah.
locked. And we went to the front desk, and the front desk dude's like, I don't know how to open that. I'm like, well, what are we supposed to do? All our shit's in there. Like, where are we gonna sleep? And he was like, I don't know, kick it in. And I'm like, you're gonna
Damn.
let us kick it in? Like, you don't care. So we kicked the door in, and it was loud as fuck. It's at like 2 a.m. And then this room had two hot tubs, and everyone gets in the hot tub, and we just like all dudes and like one girl, and the cops show up because someone must have complained, probably thinking that like someone's beating somebody next door when we slammed the door in. It was, I
Yeah.
think it was like four, maybe five. No, it was like 4 or 5 cops. One cop comes in and sees a bunch of naked dudes with
Cop
police
hats and
police
hot.
cop hats on. Like dude's face was just like, oh my god. Another guy almost threw up. Straight up was just like, I'm gonna be sick. Oh. And then there was a woman cop who walked in, her eyes lit up, and she was laughing like hysterically.
Hell yeah.
Um, And man, I ended up getting charged $400 for that door.
Damn.
But I can't remember quite the details quite right. But I think Kyle Painter ended up hooking up with the cop.
Fuck yes, dude.
Like it didn't happen at the hotel, but I think it happened. So yeah, I mean that was pretty weird. That was during the Boneyard years, I believe. But
That's a beautiful story, dude. Good for Kyle.
yeah, I mean cops seeing us all with the cop hats on, like in our underwear and shit in a hot tub. It was pretty. I mean, some of the dudes were naked. I wasn't in there, but
That's a hell of a
I
moment.
mean it
That's
was fucking
amazing.
hilarious. Because I mean that happens on trips. Like it's not like there was like gay sex going on. It's just like
Yeah.
you're in a hotel room. Most normal people don't share a hotel room with 10 dudes.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
real.
like it's not a
Yeah.
normal thing. And then when you have a bunch of wildcats partying and everything, like it's gonna look even fucking weirder.
Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes being back then. I know like is you never had a drinking phase at all. Like you've never drank.
No,
That
I
that's
mean, um, I think I stopped drinking when I was 21.
okay. So you like
Um,
experimented when you were younger and then you're just like, that's not for me. I know that you talked about this on another one where you saw your brother and some of his friends that were supposed to film at a gym and then they got too drunk and didn't, and you were like, I'm not going to be those guys. And is that the main reason for you to
I
abstain?
mean, I think I generally just don't enjoy the feeling of being drunk. It gives me anxiety and
Huh.
I don't know, just not my thing. You know, like some people don't
Yeah.
like smoking weed. I love smoking weed, but I hate drinking. Some people leave the other way around. You know,
Did you ever feel like pressure when you're on a trip? Because I'm picturing you in that hotel room and I'm sure the liquor
nah.
was flowing.
I mean, it's a weird thing. 20 years ago, like let's say 2005, when I had turned 21, there was a lot more pressure, I think, on anyone to drink back then. Like if you didn't drink, people at bars were like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And then like try
Yeah.
to buy you a drink and like shove it down your throat. I feel like
Yeah.
that's not an issue anymore.
No, yeah. I
But
feel like the
yeah,
trend is way the opposite now.
yeah, I never had an issue with that. I learned pretty quickly like I don't like this, you know. And anytime I would get really wasted, I ended up in really horrible situations. I rode in a Red Bull ditch contest in Mexico in 2005. And all the Red Bull Mexican officials were like literally shoving like tequila bottles down my throat. And I even warned them, I'm like, I can't get wasted here. Like, I'll make a fool out of myself. And, you know, I got up on the bar. I think I like pulled my pants down, which I still had my underwear on, but I was like, like just spitting up beer everywhere and shit. So I ended up getting detained. And
Oof.
I think when I got detained, they mistook me for someone who had robbed a store next door. So I was in
Damn.
like a cop car for hours. I, I don't remember if they ever took me to like a jail cell or anything, but I mean, I was in handcuffs for a while. It was pretty scary being in
Yeah, that'll
handcuffs in
do it.
Mexico.
I
Yeah.
think
So after that, I'm just like, yeah, I don't need to drink.
yeah.
I
Fucking
mean,
A.
I've had, you know, some drinks since then, but I would say in the last 10, 15 years, I haven't had anything.
Good for you. And I think it shows in your, creative spirit. I feel like alcohol will just like dull a person out. If you keep doing it for a long time, then just your spark to want to make a short film like you did, or just like be healthy. It's crazy how it is literally poison. It's really fun in the moment, especially like I really enjoyed how I feel on it, but I think I admire that for you that you abstained from it. Who
I
else?
think I got lucky that I don't like it, you know?
Yeah, I think
Like,
so too.
yeah.
Like, because I love it. Who else is on that tip? Like, would you say the majority of Bone Death riders over the years have been actual party animals, or like on the sober, straight edge type vibe?
I mean, for the most part, a lot of them are on like my level a little bit. Like they mostly like I would say the most partying they do is smoke weed, you
Hell yeah,
know. But there are Albie Bennett and Kevin Botch, party management. Like they definitely went pretty wild for a long time.
hell yeah.
But it's not like they ever did hard drugs or anything. Just you know,
Just good drinking.
they just go out every single fucking night and and they loved it. So I mean, they never harmed anybody. So what's the harm in it, you know?
True. I mean, aside
I
from your
take that
body,
back. Bosch got in a few fights, and he had to go to court. But
so he's hurt some people.
yeah,
I take that back. I was the same. Like it's only self harm. You know, it hurts your body and your mind. The next somebody said it's like it's borrowing happiness from the next day. I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
that hits. That's real.
definitely.
The hangovers get worse as you get older too. I used to on Sabrosa trips. I'd watch LaShawn and the boys party and then get up and film clips the next morning bright and early. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do that, dude? I can't function hungover. So good for you. um, let's see. What else do I want to know from you, Sean? I think we're still telling your story, right?
I don't know. What do you want to know?
I wrote down Kevin Robinson strangled you, and I know you've talked about it a little bit, but I kind of would you be willing to tell that story briefly?
I mean, it's not much of a story, but I could explain it to you.
Yeah.
I think I was 15 or 16 maybe, and there was just an old shitted like Hoffman egg bike underneath the box jump at Impact Skate Park. And I think one night Matt Busby and I were just ghost riding it for fun. It was already beat up, you know, it had a crack in it, flat tires. Like I don't even know how we launched it up because it was so destroyed. But Kevin Robinson had found out that we did it, and I found out it was his nephew's bike. And the next time I had went in there, he literally picked me up by my neck and threw me against a wall.
You
I can't
little
remember
shit.
exactly what he had said to me, but I think he realized at the moment that I was a kid too, you know, so he
Yeah.
put me down. But yeah, I mean, that's all that was right there. He was
It's just
pretty
a hell of a
angry. I mean,
sentence.
that's probably the most veiny, red faced head I've ever seen with someone being angry. The only other time I seen someone really angry was we were just checking out some spots at a dog track somewhere in like southeastern Massachusetts, and this old man, furious, comes up to us. I think he thought like maybe we were eyeing up robbing the place or something, because we're like looking on the roof and everything.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the guy slapped Ferbert in the face. And then I remember Ferbert grabbing him, being like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then there was a bunch of construction workers over nearby, and they're like, "That guy's beating up that old man." and those construction workers' faces were like Kevin Robinson style, like just veins exploding.
Veins popping red all.
Yeah,
I don't want to actually try and do it right now. That's a the K-Rob sentence, just to be able to say, K-Rob strangled me is pretty wild.
yeah.
I'm curious about, because I was listening to your podcast with Shad last night. What's your relationship with Shad like, and how did you guys meet? Yeah, tell me about your friendship with Shad.
Oh, I think I met Shad maybe in 2005, but kind of got more closely acquainted with him through Dean Dickinson. But yeah, I don't know. I've probably only actually hung out with Shad maybe like 10 times, but
All right,
yeah,
so not
it's
like
chill.
not BFFs or anything.
No, I mean I love what he does, and he's got the nostalgia brain like I do for like 90s BMX, which is
Yeah,
rad to see.
it's really fun to listen to. Like Shad is so passionate about it that it's like
Yeah, he's got a lot of knowledge, that's for
yeah,
sure, in
it's
BMX.
cool. I'd like to know memories from Road Fools. When I don't know your exact history with Road Fools, but what would you say pops into your head if I said Road Fools to you?
Might immediately think of the first one.
Okay.
Think about Jimmy's Church Gap, and just I don't think anyone had ever seen a BMX road trip documented before, so that was, yeah. I mean, it's to me the best one.
Yeah. The original. It's crazy how long it went on and how much of a impact that
Yeah,
they
I
had.
always wanted to go on one. Never got the chance.
You kind of got to be involved with the jams, right? But that's just props. That's not Road Fools, right?
What, the Bone Deth jams?
Yeah. Like I don't know. I put them in the same bucket in my brain. The props videos, Road
Oh
Fools.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Well, I
mean?
mean that was, yeah, like the Bone Deth jam that Walter filmed. I think Walter Perringer was staying with me, filming a New England BMX scene at the time, so he just happened to be around. But no, I mean, yeah, I've always been chill with the props dudes, and we were actually, I think I was supposed to film a props interview with Walter Perringer, and then it just didn't end up working out. But
Yeah.
yeah, even I think Stu was basically running props while I was filming Anthem 2.
Damn, that's something to probably touch on. So, like, I think in our chronological journey, we're surfing for the ugly broads is kind of where we left off in 2009. So, what's going on with you in 2009 to present? Hey, man, real quick, just tell me what you've been doing for the past 16 years.
Oh yeah. I can't remember now. So surfing for the Ugly Broads was filmed in 2009, and we put it out in 2010. And I was filming Anthem 2 at the time. Oh, well, I filmed Anthem 2 and Surfing for the Ugly Broads at the same exact time.
Wow,
And they both came out, only like 6 months apart, I think.
that's a hell of a year or 2 years.
Oh, I filmed my Off the Map 2 part that year as well.
Jeez,
And
dude.
yeah, that was when a time when I was traveling and I didn't have anywhere that I was paying rent.
Nice.
And I was probably only making $300 a month riding BMX, but that was enough to eat for the whole month
Yeah,
back then,
yeah.
And that's all I needed to do was just eat and film clips. So I was just like, yeah, filming as much as I could.
Yeah, that's the dream right there.
Yeah.
That's like I always talk about the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for like young kids who want to get sponsored, and it's just like that right there. That 2 years of just being able to live off $300 a month
Mhm.
and travel and get all the memories and experiences. So fuck, what does that look like for you for filming 3 different projects, 3 different filmers, coordinating trips, or are you with
Um,
Navaz and saying, okay, this one's for this one's for this, or Stu, same thing?
Man, it's all over. Managing your footage like that, especially back then. Holy shit. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, when I was on trips with Stu, yeah, obviously it's for Anthem 2. And when I did trips with Stu, it would be like I'd come stay with him for 2 to 6 weeks, and then sometimes we would go on little trips. And then yeah, on the weekends were the only time I would film with Busby for Off the Map, and then surfing stuff would just whenever Ferbert was around, or if I could find someone with a camera. I used to carry the mini DV tapes with me
Oh wow,
because I
nice.
learned over time when I would film stuff with other filmers, I would never see my footage ever again. They're like, "I'm making a video," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, but I bought you lunch yesterday to film that clip." And then some of these dudes never even put videos out. So I have footage out there that's just like rotting somewhere that never got
Damn.
seen.
Yeah, that's
Like
a
a lot
shame.
of it. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I learned over time. I'm like, bring your own tape.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm keeping track of my stuff. I will only film a clip if I can put my tape in the camera.
Yeah. And I mean, at that point, it's serious, like you're riding at a level where it's like, that's pretty fucked to just sit on your footage. If you bought me lunch and said, hey, film this clip for me, that's like, you need to follow through and get
Yeah.
it. Over the years, I'm curious because you've worked with pretty much all the big filmers. What's You don't have to pick a favorite, but who sticks out in your mind as being enjoyable to film with and why?
Um, yeah, that's hard to say because I'd probably say Navaz. Uh, Probably because Navaz and I have like similar humor level, and I don't know. We just have a really good chemistry when we go out riding together, and he knows what type of setups I want to ride. And I mean, the same could go with Stu.
Yeah.
When I filmed Anthem 2, though, sometimes Stu had like a little bit of pressure because like he's putting his own money into this shit, and like
Yeah.
organizing it, and he's taking time off from work to just do this. So I totally understood that, and actually, I liked Stu's professionalism quite a lot because we got a lot of shit done.
Mm-hmm.
If I go film with Navaz, it's like sometimes a little bit more relaxed. Like, I don't care if I don't get a clip that day.
Yeah.
Which, when you're doing dead man stuff, you really can't go out and film bangers every single day,
Yeah.
or you'll be in a wheelchair, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I really loved filming with Rich Forn, because I felt like too, like he rode similar to me in the sense of like, you know, big gap to wall rides, and man, he just seemed to like the stuff I was into as well. And he's probably one of the only filmers that would like pick a spot and I'd be like, oh yeah, I actually want to ride that spot, you know?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, Rich Forn's on another level, dude.
Yeah.
Whenever he comes up, I'm just like, he's an elusive, mysterious goat. That guy is
Yeah,
both writing
he
and
is.
filming. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's kind of like I feel like a secret freak in the sense of mysterious. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I like it that way. I don't want to get to know Rich. Just keep him up here, you know. I'm sure if I met him, he's fucking great. Obviously, you don't get to be in the industry this long and be a dick. Like anybody
There's
who's
no need
been
for it.
yeah
Yeah.
who's been around for as long as you or Rich is you get weeded out if you're a douchebag.
Well, not even that, but like if you're just gonna be a douchebag, like does that make you feel good about yourself over time, you know? I
Yeah,
mean, I've definitely said some mean things on the internet to kids, but it's never out of the blue, you know? It's a retaliation to something, but tried to stop doing that shit a long time ago.
when because that's ringing a bell of remembering the message boards and then Twitter. I don't know if it was on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, but I remember some Sean Burns internet beef going on. Uh, how did you navigate that? Because I think you are were a polarizing presence in BMX, as in like people fucking loved you and then people fucking hated you. Is
Well,
that
I
accurate?
mean,
I don't really know anybody that fucking hated you, but I think that you got some hate.
yeah, well, I mean, anyone gets hate. And then,
Yeah.
you know, I get hate just for wearing, and still to this day, for wearing tight jeans, you know? Like, it's people pick on your clothes. So, like, I don't give a fuck what anyone wears. Nor should anyone give the fuck what I wear. So that shit's never bothered me, but like, yeah, people are gonna get hated on no matter what. Like, especially if you're doing big shit. And I don't even mean that like big shit like landing to flat. I mean like when you create a name for yourself or whatnot, like you're gonna have haters. Like it's
Yeah.
inevitable. But I think as far as the polarizing stuff, sometimes like Adam 22 would take something I said and then put it just in a headline, like Sean Burns thinks you're a faggot if you run plastic parts or some shit. When it would just be like some random rant I made about not being able to find any metal pedals at the bike shop that day because
Yeah.
I didn't want to ride plastic, you know. But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, there was maybe some Adam LZ drama, but I feel like I wasn't the only one involved with that.
Yeah.
Everyone retaliated. But yeah, no, I don't know. I forget about that shit. It's
That's
pointless because it's just a waste of time, you know.
And what was it like for you the first time you saw it? Like, cause I remember, I feel like everybody has to pop their cherry with internet hate. I remember the first time seeing a negative comment and being like, huh, and then over time it's just like, oh, okay, you get it. Like it's at the end of the day, it's a reflection of you, blah, blah, blah. You pay it no mind. But did you have to go through that learning experience too?
Um, yeah, but in a different way, more personal. Like
Hmm.
there was this one guy from I think Bulgaria who kept messaging me, wanted to buy my dirty socks. And I was like, yeah, sure, dude. I'm like, send me the money.
Yeah.
And this guy would like email, I think it was on Facebook maybe, or MySpace even. This is like back in MySpace days or something. And like I didn't really give a fuck about that. I think it was weird because I've always had like a lot of friends in like the sex worker industry, and so I know that they like make money selling panties and stuff. I'm like, fuck it, why not? I'm like, I'll sell my dirty socks. I'm like, the dude
Yeah.
might not even need to know that they're actually my socks. I could just find some in the trash. Um, and this dude ended up like spreading a bunch of rumors that I it was really weird. It was like that I ate roadkill with. I used to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with like baby skin or something.
What
I
the
don't
fuck?
know, like all this weird shit that made it as far as like when I would see random BMXers traveling and stuff, they would bring it up, and I'm like, I don't even see this on the internet. How is this spreading? It's so weird.
Yeah.
Um, it's probably been 10 years since I had anyone accuse me of eating baby skin or whatever the fuck it was.
You can mark it on the calendar. How many days since our last baby skin accusation?
Yeah, but oh, cause yeah, that same dude would just like send me hate mail, like to the point where I had to block phone numbers. I think I had to change my phone number in 2007 due to it. It was pretty intense.
What a psycho. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Fun. That's fun. um Damn, so that's a prolific year. Anthem 2, Surfing for the Ugly Broads, Off the Map. Uh what comes after that? When does Osiris come along, Eclaw, the journey through
Um,
your
I rode for Osiris, I think from '08 to 2013.
good.
Which yeah, that was the year I was probably those years I was able to kind of do the most because they actually paid me a decent amount. Which to me was decent. It's not that much now, but I think they paid me like $1,200 a month.
Wow, yeah.
And I was able to pay my rent, my car insurance, and eat food for the month. So
That's great.
yeah.
That's fire. I love it. Um and you're living, I don't know. I just want to keep hearing chronologically. Like, so 2010 to 2015. What's
I
that
mean, yeah,
era look
and
like for you?
it's hard to be chronological because I don't know. I was always just a video part writer for the most part, so I was just always constantly working on something. But sometimes it comes out at weird times. Like sometimes I'd film a video part and then it wouldn't come out for like a year because other people are still filming.
Yeah.
I think I made a handful of Osiris web edits after that, and then just started working on our next Bone Deth DVD, The Dirty Sniff.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I think during those years too, I was traveling a lot with the Claw. They didn't do a lot of trips in the beginning. I know I started riding for a Claw in 2008, and we really didn't. They didn't ramp up the trips until about like I want to say like 2011 or 2012. But it was
And
pretty
you need,
sick. I mean, they were sending us to like China, Japan, like
yeah. I
South
remember
America, and it was pretty rad.
exotic trips, which definitely aren't cheap, especially with a
No,
sizable squad. That's,
yeah,
at
it would
least
be
a
like
10K adventure.
yeah, 10 people, fucking
Phew.
sometimes more. Like
Yeah.
if you get the filmer, team manager, everything all together.
That's fucking awesome though. That's the goal right there, to be able to travel internationally. Did you ever get in you don't seem like, aside from the actual BMX, you're not a troublemaker off the bike. Uh but did you ever run into issues in other countries that are notable?
Are you asking me about my nefarious business affairs?
Perhaps.
I mean, yeah, I mean, riding BMX, street riding is crime.
True.
Uh, it's kind of hard to say it's not. I mean, you're destroying property and
It
shit when
literally
you're
is,
doing it.
yeah.
Yeah, you're
It's
trespassing, everything. So I think no. I mean, I never really got into any trouble outside of just doing that. You know, um,
what's the worst country to ride in, as far as like being a
worst.
bust? Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
Or like as far as being a bust, because the
Bust.
culture.
Oh, the United States.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like getting kicked out of spots is worse here than anywhere else.
Anywhere else I've ever been, I think. I
Nice.
mean,
You do ride like the shit that you're gonna get kicked out if you're seen. Like, I have never been one to get on roofs, but that's kind of like, hey, look at me, and people driving by are gonna narc on you.
yeah. I mean, for the amount that we do it and have done it, you'd think that more police would show up. But let's say you go ride a roof. I would say only 1 out of 100 times you go ride it, the cops are going to show up.
Yeah.
But I think that's mostly because we tend to aim for vacant buildings, abandoned buildings, or businesses when they're closed. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm not going to go jump off a setup at 7-Eleven, like, well, not 7-Eleven. I guess it's a bad example since it's constantly open. But like, like a library or something when it's open, like
Right.
it's just stupid. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I
I
think
get
that's a
kicked out
good.
more. I think I feel like I almost get kicked out more riding a handrail than riding a roof.
That's a. I think it's a good segue to Sean Burns's guide for roof riding. There's a 5-pronged approach that I heard you're putting out a book, and I just want you to summarize for our listeners. What's the 5 prong? What's the Sean Burns signature school for roof riding? What are the rules? How do I become a great roof rider?
Uh, I mean, I don't know. Don't ride. Well, one would be don't ride them if you don't already like jump stair sets.
Okay.
Like if you don't do drops, it's like don't go up there unless it's a
Yeah.
quarter pipe or something. I don't know. I mean, just always walk on them before you ride them because man, I've seen so many clips of people going through roofs, and I've literally never. I've seen Josh maybe once. His foot went through a roof on like a 3 gone wrong or something, but for the amount of shit we've ridden, we always like make sure it's good and sturdy.
Yeah. It's not.
Um,
It's not reckless.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. It's a weird question. Maybe you should
Yeah. It
ask
is.
Rooftop.
Yeah, as I was asking it, I was like, "What the fuck am I saying right now?" Okay, cool. Uh, let's give me. Let's see. What do we have? We have 30 minutes left. I'm gonna pause real quick. We'll be right back. And we're back. Dude, truth be told, I just had to stand there in the bathroom after taking a piss and take a breath and be like, "Holy shit, I suck at podcasting, dude." Having a fucking meltdown. But we're
Wait,
back.
how do you pronounce your last name?
Kanode.
Kanode. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's a you got a very mafia sounding name.
Yeah, don't
Bobby
fuck with
Kanode.
Kanode. Yeah, Bobby
Yeah, I love
Kanode.
it.
You got a hell of a name yourself, dude. Sean Burns is it's almost like a stage name. It's so good.
Yeah, I've had people tell me that. They've asked me if I changed my name.
Yeah, it's too good. And I'm just thinking about your police family getting pulled over by Officer Burns. That's serious business.
Yeah,
Are they all still police? I thought that was interesting that
my
your
brother
mom
is.
okay. So your mom, dad,
Uh,
and brother were
yeah, my mom and dad are retired. They're pretty old. They're like in their 70s.
nice.
But yeah, my brother's still a cop.
How is I gather he's older. How much older?
He's 4 years older.
So
He's like
40,
45.
45. Yeah. And you're 41 right now?
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude. It's to be active on a bike at 40 is something, you know? Even despite the back injury and just still being able to ride and be involved in the whole thing is cool. Let's talk about, I mean, fuck, dude. Like I honestly feel like I haven't done a good job with talking about how crazy your career in BMX has been, your video parts. But let's just move
Well,
on to because I'm curious about the move after it. Like
yeah.
what you're
Well,
into right now.
let's go back to my dad for a second
Okay.
because I can't remember if I've said this on a podcast. I don't think I have, and it's fucking hilarious. When my mom's been really supportive of BMX. My dad, took me to races when I was a kid, but stopped taking me when I jumped the berm transfers and shit. Uh, but he's always been like, weirded out by BMX. And the year I got Nora Cup, like I showed it to him and I'm like, you stoked? Like I won something. And he's like, yeah, how much money did they give you? I
Yeah.
was like,
Dude.
they didn't give me any money. I'm like, uh, actors don't get money when they win an Oscar. And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, but they got careers. How much money you got? And he's like, congratulations on Bum of the Year Cup. Now you can bum for change with it. Or beg for change with it.
That's amazing.
Which is hilarious. Yeah, he's joking, but
But still, that's the dad joke. I mean,
it's a
that's
funny
my dad's
quote.
very
Yeah, yeah.
similar. Yeah. Just I hope you're making good money from this. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's just fun, you know.
Yeah. They I think they get it, but also they, dads just want you to at the end of the day, it's like you better make
Oh,
money,
I'm
son.
I'm suffering it from it now because I'm constantly broke, and I spent my whole years abusing my body, and now it's like it's tough. But
Yeah.
I'm slowly figuring it out.
It's I would I would think that you'd say it's worth it. Like the life that you've lived in, the
Yeah.
life that
Well,
you've
now
lived.
I want to venture into another career that makes no money, which is acting.
Yes.
Because like in order to make money as an actor, like it's a fucking hustle.
Yeah.
And you're probably not, especially nowadays, the way things are changing and everything. It's probably not the best business to get into, but I mean, fuck, I love making films. Like after making that short one and stuff, it's like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Fuck yeah. And I don't know, like imagine living a life where you just like didn't do the things that you wanted to do and you just work a job 9 to 5 for the rest of your life that you don't even like. It's like, dude, that's not worth, I don't know. Sure you have security or whatever and more money maybe, but you don't have the
You have no
fulfillment.
drive, like where's
Yeah.
your drive to do things? Like I'm the type of person that needs to constantly be creating. Like every single day I'm, brainstorming new things, or whether I'm drawing or editing or writing.
Yeah, which is actually incredible. When I was watching Mr. Entity, I was just like the amount of like, and then when I saw the illustrations were all done by you, I was like, geez, dude, like it's that's a serious amount of work and it's incredibly well done and impressive. And I think like I don't just say that. I think like you have something special to lean into with the campy and that direction, and I think you'll inevitably do well. I think that that's kind of Sean Burns is going to be good at whatever he puts his mind to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So what is Visual Wasteland? How did that start? Because I watched the
That's kind of
dude.
like just a fake production name that Lee Hopkins and I came up with because initially when I moved back to Boston, I wanted to start making films with Lee. And, the more we realize it, like this shit takes money,
Yeah.
especially if we're setting up lights and need like locations and everything. Like, holy shit. Filming Mr. Entity was all guerrilla style. Like I didn't have permission to film anywhere. Like any of those scenes you see where I'm in like a office or anything, or like next to the senator, like I just walked into buildings and stuff and set my camera up and started shooting.
The senator thing, that stuck out to me because I was like, wait, is that a fake senator or did you go to him speaking at?
No, that's Senator Malarkey of
That's a
Massachusetts.
real dude. Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah.
awesome, bro. That's
Um,
crazy.
I mean, that was accidental, actually. I was filming like B shots of me walking around the city, and I'm like, oh, there's a senators conference going on. So I just set up like I was a videographer there, and then just kind of
Yeah,
shoved myself in the scene.
that's amazing, dude. Yeah, because I actually, as I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, they hire an actor for a fake senator. But I love that it's all guerrilla style. Reminds
Yeah.
me of a interesting fact you probably know: the 28 days later, when he first gets out of the hospital in
Oh
London and
yeah,
the
in
streets are all
London.
empty. That was
Yeah,
also guerrilla style. They just did it
yeah,
early in the
at like
morning.
5 a.m.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. Um, has there been anything that you've? Well, no, hold on. Let's sit on Renshaw. Is that the name? The one where you're
Renshaw,
the
yeah, that was
yeah.
just a trailer for a movie that doesn't exist.
Okay, because you
I mean,
play
that
a
initially
great.
started out because I filmed like a clip on Halloween of me imitating a character from the movie Ghoulies, and Lee texted me and was like, "Anytime you ever do any weird shit like that, let me know. I'll come over and film it."
Hell yeah.
So I had this idea of like a weird pastor, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's film it." And we filmed a couple clips, and like, "Oh fuck it, let's just make this a trailer for a movie that doesn't exist," And it was supposed to be like campy but serious. I don't know if
Yeah,
some people got that. Some people might have thought it was supposed to be fully serious, but it was supposed to be like,
a little wink,
like
wink.
just camp, yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
loved it. I want to see you as that character for a full thing. You know, that was
Yeah, that will never
seeing
happen.
you in the pastor's outfit was hilarious.
Well, at one point, Lee was like, "We should just do a fundraiser and actually make this movie." But I, I don't know. I just wanted to move on, do different things. You know.
Yeah. So Mr. Entity is really recent. What's the next step with that? Is there any more like promotion or whatever that comes from Mr. Entity? And
I
what's on your
might
mind for next?
do. I might do some like screenings in New York with my friend that makes films and stuff. But I don't really have much interest to like, like gas it out there and really promote it. I just wanted to finally put it out because I've been sitting on it for so long,
How
and
long have you been sitting on it? What do you mean?
oh,
Like it's been done for a long time?
yeah, yeah, it's been done for probably a year now. I just was unsure if I wanted to actually release it to the public because, I was uncertain of it. When you edit something and stare at something for so long,
Yeah.
you start to nitpick at it, and then you're
Yeah.
like, is this watchable, Um, but no, I'm slowly writing something that I'm gonna try to fundraise and actually make like a full length feature movie.
Sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you share anything
That's
about that?
the only thing I say is it's gonna be about kind of like Boston style goons, like mob goons from Boston, but I don't want to
I
give
like
too
the sound
much
of
more
that. I
away
like the
because I'm
sound of that.
still like, and it'll be horror genre to
Cool.
a degree, but
Yeah.
basically horror comedy is probably what I'll be making.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I like that you're making moves in that direction. How about with Bone Death? Any plans for the future that you're excited about right now?
Yeah, we're constantly cooking things up. You know, it's harder these days to get the team together because I feel like everyone has to work so much now
Yeah.
due to the economy and everything. Everything's so expensive now that like, it's just harder to have free time. But yeah, we're constantly filming. I mean, we have a few parts that are edited. I'm just waiting to kind of put some out and polish them. And
Sick.
we're doing a trip into Detroit this fall. We might do, maybe like a Detroit Bone Death Jam, street jam or something.
That's exciting.
Um,
Let's go.
yeah, I mean, we're slowly creating some new stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like to give too much away.
I
Like
like
even
that.
when
Yeah.
we're filming videos, I don't like to put trailers out too far ahead of time, and
Nice.
I like to give
So
people a little bit of like a surprise and make people thirsty for it.
yeah, less. I mean, in this day and age, where you get something every day on Instagram, it's like
Oh
chill,
yeah, I
just
mean,
chill
like
and
even
put it
like
out.
new movie trailers, you get bombarded with
Yeah.
marketing now. It's
Yeah.
insane, and then you basically have seen the movie before it even
I was
comes
just
out.
about to say
Yeah,
that. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah.
Like I've seen enough.
Yeah, I like to stray away from too much. I mean, we probably should do more marketing with Bone Death because it is a small brand and not everyone even knows it exists. But well, we like to keep it mysterious a little bit.
Yeah, and there's something to it. Like the Fiend video that just came out. They didn't really do much promotion and the secrecy of it, and then boom.
And
I'm
then
so
all of a
excited
sudden,
to see
boom, you
that.
got new
Yeah.
footage.
So
Yeah,
that'll be cool. And anytime in the past that something Bone Death comes out, it's talked about. Well, it's not
yeah.
like it's not anything. So you said some people have a section done. Is it going to be a multiple people? Is there one
Well,
video that's
we
going to come out,
were
or you got some parts?
we were initially working on a new DVD, and then it's like so many of the dudes have been breaking their legs.
Damn.
And I mean that like 3 or 4 of the guys on the team have broken their leg in the last 2 years.
Fuck.
So yeah, with all these fucking broken legs around, kid, what can you do? uh, yeah, so we kind of decided we're just gonna put some shit out now so we can like keep a presence because we really haven't put out that many videos in the last 2 years, and then we'll probably do another full length and we'll save some clips that everyone wants here and there that are like super bangers or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, so we're kind of goal orientate right now on doing more web edits just so we can give Bonda some more life.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will do another full length for sure. Just
Cool.
I don't know if it'll be on DVD. I don't even
Yeah.
know who the fuck has a DVD player
Dude,
now.
I said the same thing. Like, maybe, I don't know, 100 DVD sales, and it's just, I
Oh,
still got them.
if
Buy
that.
mediocre
I
at best
mean,
too, you know?
shit. Yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy to me that people still want it. Like, I get it's not like it's a bunch of people saying, "Hey, I want a hard copy," but the people who want a hard copy, like, adamantly want it.
Yeah,
It's a very
definitely.
small,
I
eclectic
mean,
bunch.
if anyone ever wants Bone Death videos on DVD, I'll burn it for them. Like I
Hell
get
yeah.
requests every once in a while. Someone wants the Dirty Sniff or Surfing on a DVD, and yeah, I'll have no issue burning it and mailing it to them.
Sick.
But I'm not gonna go make a bunch and then put them on the site to sell. Like
Yeah.
I've always done like DIY at home. Like I print the covers myself, put them in CD cases, burn the discs here, print the labels.
Hell yeah. And then write a little note saying, "Thanks for the
Yeah. Oh
support."
yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw a picture of that. I wanna talk about Bone Death writers and your, I guess, notable favorites over the years. Because 'cause you've been kinda acting TM for a long time, and who's I guess, tell me about your favorite Bone Death writers.
I mean, that's tough because they're all my favorite riders.
Yeah.
Like you don't get on Bone Death unless you're one of my favorite like new riders or friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard to say. I mean, it had been a similar team for a very long time, and I feel like in the last 5 years we have a bunch of new cats on there
Yeah.
who I'm
I
all super stoked on.
De La
Um,
Rosa. Very, very hyped on what De La
yeah,
Rosa's been doing.
Josh has been killing it for ages, man. He's just I feel like you really find your style and groove into your late 20s,
Yeah.
BMX wise, like that's your prime. And yeah, he's in his prime right now,
It's pretty
for
cool to
sure.
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think
Yeah.
I met him when he was way younger and way hungrier and not developed into who he is riding wise now,
Yeah.
and it's just so cool to see. I'm so
Hell
stoked.
yeah.
How's I haven't talked to him or anything. Is he doing all right?
Josh?
Yeah, is he one of the ones who broke their leg?
No. But I mean,
Okay.
he always is going through some type of injury. I
Yeah,
know he had a hand injury recently that took him a while to recover from, but he moved to San Diego recently, and I think things have been looking up for him.
sick.
He got a job I think with Gary Young teaching BMX at some like YMCA or something. And
Sick. Good
for
for
him,
him.
like he's always been so miserable working like jobs and shit, which
Yeah,
most of us do. So I'm stoked for him to be able to get paid riding.
yeah, that's incredible. Uh, who else? Who's the new cats that I should know about that I don't?
Adam Ganiden,
Adam
the
Gnide.
gun, the gun.
The
He
gun.
he is our smoking gun.
How do you
um,
spell Gniden?
Gunaydin.
Adam Gniden. Let's see. What do I look at? He's playing bike against Dan Conway, and that's popping up. I guess I could share this. Let me share. Let me share my
That
screen.
sounds dumb.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
He's had like a couple Bone Death parts.
Yeah, like
His
okay.
Bone Death part in that came out I think in 2020, 2021 was fucking awesome.
Should it be
And
this
then
one?
he had a Pegs promo that came out. This is just crime. Yeah, his crime clips. His part's the last part. Dude, he films an array of clips of wild clips within just a few days. Like I want to say this part was only filmed on like 3 different occasions. Like
I like his style.
yeah, he's got a very like East Coast kind of animal style, but Bone Death.
Yeah.
It's like Van Homan, Tom White, but a little bit of like
What's that trick called? What did he just do? Can't
Saran wrap.
Saran wrap, dude.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go. Yeah, I like him. I have seen this, and I did like it. I just didn't know the face to the name.
Yeah, some of his other parts are like really like lots of burly riding, tech riding, and stuff.
Let's check one out. Why not?
Yeah,
Holy hell! If there's one video, let this be it. Adam Gniden.
yeah, that
Yep,
one's
there we
heavy.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll check out a little bit here. Yeah, that's not nothing. Damn.
This clip's wild.
Yes, that is. Jeez, dude.
The tie ride to transfer. He did
Yeah,
that, I think, 4 times. Like, if you notice there's no one up there filming with the fish, like, he just did it a bunch of different times so we could get a
that
bunch of
is.
different
Yeah,
angles.
that's a different breed of person. Yeah.
Yeah, and then even this, getting towed by a car to go up rails and shit.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, he's heavy.
That's what's up. How did you get him involved?
So I've been like kind of familiar with him, but like didn't know his name. Just remember seeing like some really rad roof clips of him, back in like 2018, and I think around 2020, like when all the Bone Deth guys, were starting to age up. We're like, we need someone new on the team that like fits, like the Dead Man style.
Yeah.
And Josh De La Rocha, De La Rocha, De La Rocha. Josh De La Rosa had mentioned him and showed me a bunch of clips of him, and ended up meeting Adam. And right off the bat, we're like, all right, this guy is like the epitome of Bone Deth. Like
Hell yeah.
he immediately we're like, he's a kook, like in the sense like he's funny as hell. He's got that 90s BMX nostalgia brain. Like he knows everything. And yeah, he's just a really awesome, down to earth dude. Like,
Fuck yeah.
and watching him ride is crazy. It's like watching a compact can of meatballs fall off a building. Like the dude eats shit so hard and dude won't have any marks on his entire body. It's insane. Like a fucking bag of cemented golf balls. Like, I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy. He's
That's
insane.
amazing.
And yeah, he just opened up a bike shop in New Jersey called BMX Bazaar.
Dope. That's
Yeah, and
amazing.
it's inside a skate park called Rad World.
Good
It's
shit.
in Westville, New Jersey. Yeah.
He is making moves. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, one thing for sure I wanted to talk about with you is malls or mall.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Tell me about them. That's a fucking
Like,
terrible
tell you
podcast
about
question, but yeah,
Dick
tell me
Mall
about
or John Mall?
I guess anything. I just know that
Yeah.
that's your shop. So let's talk about the
Yeah,
shop.
I grew up about like 3 miles from Mall's bike shop, and shit. I mean, if people don't know about it, it's one of the most fucking awesome BMX shops, like strictly BMX, run by BMXers has ever been. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's hard to explain.
Which
So
is
start in the 80s.
increasingly rare, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's been there since the 80s, and I don't know. That's what I grew up like. My major influences were New England BMX riders, and John Mall was one of them. Um, Maybe more so a lot of the guys with the weird names like Weasel, Burger, the Maniac, which is probably why I grew up around dudes named Ox and Ferbert. Yeah, Malls is sick, man. It's always been tons of characters there at the shop, and
It's the central hub for the scene. It's crazy to think as you know, as I'm getting older, I'm really appreciating the people who run BMX only shops more and more because you learn like the profits not really there. Maybe in the 80s it might have been there, but like now it's like you really got to love it
yeah, I mean,
to run a
it's a
bike
love
shop.
for labor type thing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost like paying it forward because if Malls wasn't around, who knows? Maybe the butterfly effect, Sean Burns doesn't become the Sean Burns that we all know and love. Like and to hear that Adam's doing a bike shop himself is fucking awesome because then there's some young kid that's gonna see his riding and want to, pave the next generation, if you will. What do you think about the future of BMX and BMX Street and where we're headed? Do you think about that at all?
I thought about it 10, 20 years ago a lot. Like, damn, what are people going to be doing?
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where I mean, it will always progress. I don't know. I mean, what more can you do?
Honestly.
Like it's
Yeah.
the only thing I would say I would like to see is more characters and individual, like, people, I don't know, when I grew up, it was like you had so many different styles. Not that there isn't today, but it seems like the top 20 riders all kind of look alike.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think I
You know,
agree.
like
There's a
back in the day, like 90s BMX, it looked like WWE. It's
hell
like
yeah. Yeah.
you had dudes like Gons, Troy McMurray, Jimmy Levan, like everyone had their own crazy persona, like their unique set of tricks. And I don't know, it's tough now. Like everyone's doing the hardest tricks ever now, but
Yeah.
it's so
Less entertaining.
standardized.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah, you
back
know,
then.
like I
If
don't
you're a
know.
character with even if you're doing less cool tricks or less difficult tricks, it's more enjoyable to watch like a WWE type of character than it is just a stock
Yeah, I
crazy
mean some
trick.
riders do it really well. Like what's his name? Why am I drawing blanks? My brain is soured right now. Oh my
Character?
god, is his name Eric from Wisconsin?
Elstrin. Eric Elstrin.
Elstrin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and his style of riding isn't my favorite, but to watch it's like fucking holy shit.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
no one
treat.
else can do what he does.
Yeah.
You know what
It's
I
a
mean?
treat.
Like and I would say no one else can do what Garrett does, but I feel like people are catching up to him.
We'll see. I haven't seen this new Fiend video. Have you?
I haven't watched it yet, no.
I'm so
But
excited. I
I
think
just
there's like a
mean
live
as
stream or
far
something.
as like progression, like I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of like professional riding has gone in the direction of like Felix and Garrett.
Yeah.
And I mean, see, it's hard to talk about this shit because then I think about Felix rides so much different than Garrett in a
Yeah.
way, like he's got a dippier style, and I don't
But
know.
I think if you showed it to a layman, if you showed Felix's part and Garrett's part, they can't. I think our understanding of BMX is pretty nuanced, so we can see the big difference between Felix and
Yeah,
Garrett. But like, if you showed my mom, she'd be
they
like,
wouldn't know. Yeah,
"Oh, yeah, it's the same." But if it was like the Gons versus another character, it's like, "Oh yeah, that's
exactly.
yeah."
Like
And so
Gons and Jimmy Levan.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, and even though nowadays they would be considered almost the same category.
Yeah, the wild
Like
wild
that's
character
so crazy.
category.
Um,
So I'm with you. I
yeah,
think
it's a
that there
weird
should be
thing.
more
I,
skits,
I,
more
I would
characters.
just like skits. Yes, sure, please be more of a character. But I think I just more so just mean like I don't know. I feel like people don't need to follow the trends. Like pick the shit, do shit that you see that people aren't doing. I mean that's what I
Hmm.
always did. I'm not saying everyone needs to be like me but at least like like do your own thing.
Yeah, it's a paradox. Be non-conformative and conform to what I did in being non-conformative.
That's what I mean. I'm like, don't do what I did, but
But do
do
what
your
I.
own thing. Like I mean, that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Is I always kind of was more attracted to the tricks that people weren't doing. Like I don't know. It's a weird thing to get into because, like, is that going to get you more points at X Games? Probably not.
Yeah,
But if it's weird enough, like, let's say Eric Elstran, like, shit, the shit he's doing is just as difficult as Garrett and Felix, but you can differentiate it way, like, it's so much different.
yeah, it's cool. Who's your? I guess right into it. Who's your? Fuck. Who's your current day Mount Rushmore? Who do you like watching right now?
Current day.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, current day is still some of like the older dudes. Like, I still consider current day like Dakota Roach.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'd say yeah.
Is that current?
Yeah.
Because I know he broke his back and shit, but like,
Some people might disagree, but
because
I
I
think
guess like my Rushmore would have been riders from the '90s, and when I think of like modern, I still think of riders that were like really, really prominent 5 years ago.
okay.
But that's like
That's
I don't
yeah.
know.
Current day is the 2020s. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude Diego that rides for Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Diego Bravo.
Yeah,
He's a
unbelievable.
nutter.
Love
He's a
watching that
nutter.
guy ride. Yeah. Um, I still fucking love watching Nathan Williams and Brett
Yeah,
Silva.
nice.
Brett is just he just keeps getting better, you know. And,
Yeah.
I love it. And then like for a while there, I loved watching Rat Kid, but I guess fuck that video part he put out was shit. That's like 8 years ago. I
Where does the
honestly don't
time
get to
go?
watch a lot of. I don't watch a lot of new BMX videos unless there's someone I already follow.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Did you watch
Mickey Fleck is pretty sick.
oh yeah,
I
he's
love
fucking
watching
awesome.
him. Yeah, he rides so fast.
Yeah, he's got the
And
spirit, dude.
man, I even like watching I like watching because he does a lot of big shit. It's Lewis Mills.
Yeah.
Um,
Alex Donachie, you watched that edit that just came out?
oh, dude, insane.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah, Gap to
Jesus
Crook.
Christ, bro. Yeah.
God damn, I think that Gap to
Every
Crook might
clip.
be bigger than any Gap to Peg's done.
Yeah.
It looks
He's
huge.
absolutely insane. I was blown away. That day in particular, I think the Alex D edit came out, the Fiend premiere happened, the lead by example, and then there was another web video that was just like monumental that I was like, holy fuck, dude, what a day. I was on a trip, but I caught up on all the videos and I was like, dude, what a week for BMX it's been. I think like the past couple of weeks has been insane for BMX videos getting released.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's talk about your. I think I'd like to know what you're most proud of in your whole career so far with BMX. Maybe it's a trick, maybe it's getting the Nora Cup, maybe it's building the team or whatever. But what's your key takeaway? That's a fucking business term.
I don't know. Um, most proud.
Yeah, tell me what you're proud of.
Um, I don't know. I guess in a way, carrying on what Metal Bikes did into Bone Death.
Fuck
You
yeah.
know, because now that Metal Bikes is gone, and like just like almost like carrying on Jimmy's legacy of like rock and roll and BMX and the go fast pull up style.
Yes.
Pretty proud of like yeah catering
Yeah.
that to another generation.
Beautiful.
I would say that
Yeah. Who do you
that's
think?
probably what I'm most proud of.
I love that answer. That's great. And like if you carried the torch after Jimmy, who's going to carry the torch for this style after you?
Oh, I mean, I'd probably say Josh and Adam. Like I mean, there aren't many. I'm not seeing a lot of like riders of that style at a younger age anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
There was like a boom for a while where I was seeing like a lot of kids dressed like me, which was flattering and fun to see. Um, and like riding, like just like hucking it and everything. But yeah, you don't see the hucker riders much anymore.
You're right.
So it's
I wonder
and
why.
not even necessarily hucker, just like straight up like loose cannons.
Yeah,
It's
I know the
no,
type, and you're right. It is. It does seem increasingly rare.
yeah.
So shout out Josh and Adam. That's great. Okay, cool. Now that I know what you're proud of, I'd like to know your Mount Rushmore all time. Sean Burns, who's your Mount Rushmore of
Oh,
BMX
well,
riders
don't
of
let me
all time?
forget Jordan O'Kane too is carrying the dead man torch. With
Hell
those
yeah!
guys,
Shout out
yeah.
Jordan.
Um,
Is he? Oh, real quick, you said he's coming to town.
yeah, tomorrow.
Sick.
Yeah. We've been filming a part, and we're gonna hopefully finish it up this week.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. That's gonna be cool. Oh, I want to see.
Oh yeah,
All right.
it's a big boy.
He's a big boat. All right, Mount Rushmore all time. Sean Burns, go.
All time. Okay. Jimmy Levan. Mount Rushmore's 5, right?
4.
4? Shit.
Mhm.
All right. Jimmy Levan. Josh Stricker. Ooh. I want to say Ryan Worcester.
Nice.
Oh, and then 4. Think about this for a minute because I'm tossed between 2. I want to say Taj.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say Sherbo, but I think Taj goes over Sherbo in that
Nice.
one.
Yeah, and then Sherbo can have the small mountain off to the side or something because
Yeah.
yeah, he deserves it too. That's a great Mount Rushmore, brother. I know you got to get out of here, so thank you for taking the time. Any last words? It was funny listening to Shad and you guys ended your episode, and he goes, "Do you want to thank anybody?" And you're like, "What?" Is there anybody you'd
Yeah,
like
I
to
don't
thank?
even remember that podcast, to be honest. That was probably
Yeah,
10 years ago.
it was. And you're like
Wow.
like it's a Road Fools or something, or like it's a props interview. Who am I supposed to thank? But yeah, I don't know. How do you end a podcast? Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I know you probably wanted some more juicy sex stories, but
No,
I think either I probably didn't want to talk about them, or you know, I feel like from my perspective they're not interesting.
that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Which is
didn't know.
funny
I didn't know
because
what to
I
expect.
knew everyone always wants. I know everyone
There's a
always
thirst for
wants
it.
the
Yeah,
sex stories.
yeah. Tell me about the orgies. Nah, that's all good. I didn't know what to expect, so I'm just happy to talk to you. And cool. And I'm in my head already. I'm like, I didn't do a good job interviewing you, but it is what it is. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
no,
if
you
people are
did.
still listening,
You asked me things other people haven't asked me, so
that's what's up. The
hell yeah.
podcast is back.
Bobby Kanode.
Hey, it's Kanode Notes.
Fuck yeah, man.
All right, cool. Thanks for listening, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Well, that's it. I'll tell you what. That's the end of the episode. Thank you for coming by. I'll see you next time, whenever that is. Stupid.